episode 7 of Fist of the North Star, 1 point. The key word for this episode is going to be goodness. I kinda introduced in the previous video that we are going to talk about particularly Smith, that I think is mostly developed in this episode. He's that guy who knows what he's doing. He's quite in the image of 𝙿𝚎𝚅. So, for business, he's capable of doing quite the not very honourable things. But then, as it's stated by 𝙿𝚎𝚅, by the way, explicitly in this episode, he's actually a good guy. He hides 𝙿𝚎𝚅 from the criminals, and when Kenshiro asks him to do so, he gets to accept to protect them, without Kenshiro insisting too much, by the way. Now, he also prepares a coffin because he expects that Kenshiro is going to die against the god army, and he gives kids grenades, but he does both of these two things for a right cause, of course, or with a good intention. Now, in relation to the previous episode, what I want to say is that despite of his bad habits, we may say, he still has goodness inside of him. He doesn't even claim to be good, but he's quite the good person. Now this gets to be quite the opposite of the god army. The god army claims to be good, and so we talked about the fact that they just have this power, and they have a very superficial vision of God that they impose onto other people, that they use to just satisfy their desires. Now the good people, their goodness is something that is deeper than something superficial. It's not just talking about God. It's not even called God. It's just goodness. It's just being a good person. And I like the way, I like how God and good sound alike, and we kind of make a case for, well, of course, a fake God would definitely be something that would make you think of tyranny and massacring people, taking advantage of God's name and doing horrible things. But the real God would be something that we would all agree upon, something that we all have deep inside and that we should live for. And this character is a very good, it embodies a very good message, good in the sense opposite of evil. A very good message that goodness is something that we have deep inside, and he's just a man trying to make a living just like everybody else, and being also being dominated by the strong. But at the end of the day, he gets to be a good person despite of the appearances. So the nice thing in this episode is this kind of contrast between Smith looking evil but being good, and the god army pretending to be good but being in reality evil.